It's been a real privilege to work on the Alexander Frieze, this fantastic classical frieze that depicts Alexander the Great's entry into the city of Babylon in 331 BC. It's been a real team effort to work with all of the people to install the frieze safely back on the wall, and it's looking really splendid in its new setting.
We have we removed surface soiling using different stages, different cleaning methods, and revealed the original, the 1980s finish. It's 40 meters of frieze, so it took some time, but it was really nice to be revealing the original look.
It's a frieze of two halves. Alexander is at the head of his army in a war chariot that he's captured after defeating the Persian king Darius III at the Battle of Gaugamela. He's got the goddess of victory riding with him, and then his army, cavalry in battle formation, riding behind him. And then coming the other way to meet him are the people of the city of Babylon. So Alexander was expecting to have to lay siege to this city, but actually the people of the city have come to meet him in this depiction.
We made sure that the fills are retreatable, so in the future, if let's say one day, 50 years time maybe, the panels may need to be taken down, then it will be easy to take them down and the original plaster panels will not be affected.
There's a goddess of peace holding an olive branch, and then behind her are city officials, musicians, people celebrating, and right at the far end, inside the city walls, you get depictions of the Tower of Babel, river scenes, people fishing, a river god in the city of Babylon.
We also reinstated all the missing and broken sections, and it fills around those. So yeah, so it's nice and as it should be.
The story of the original version of the frieze is that it was made in 1812 by the Danish sculptor Bertel Thorvaldsen, and it was made for the anticipated arrival of Napoleon into Rome. In actual fact, Napoleon didn't turn up, and this original version was made in the space of 3 months, so at great speed. It's incredible to think when you see the detail of the panels that it was made in such a short time scale.
Our aim was to reinstate original, to preserve all the original pieces and original surface, and even the paint layers that have been applied over the time, we preserve them because it's part of the history of the frieze.
There have been several versions of this frieze made. So after the plaster original, 2 marble versions were made. One for Count Sommereve, and the other is in the Christiansborg Palace in Copenhagen. So we've got those 2 versions and Preston, so it's really a thing for us to shout about, where we've got this fantastic frieze that we need to let people know is in Preston.
I really like technically how the frieze has been done, sort of the craftsmanship, because the frieze, the relief, is only about this deep, and the artist had this much space to show the perspective and also the different hairstyles on people. It's interesting, you work on the faces and the heads and you think they're all the same, but they are not. They're all quite unique.
Thorvaldsen was one of the 2 giants of neoclassical sculpture in the 18th century in Rome. He was Danish, but spent almost the entire career in Rome. And his great rival was the Italian sculptor Antonio Canova. They were like the 2 titans in Rome. But I think here we see the incredible skill and artistic flair of Thorvaldsen, who then returned to Copenhagen and to Denmark, his country of birth, for the last years of his life, where he established the great Thorvaldsen Museum.
Our version is made of plaster, and it came to Britain in 1862 for an exhibition of Danish art at the South Kensington Museum, so it was bought by the Danish commissioners, and then the V&A had it on display for a number of years, and then it was gifted to the Harris in 1987, and it just looked right in the Harris. It was round our central area on the ground floor. We're a classical building, so this classical frieze fit really beautifully into the design scheme amongst the other friezes in the building.
As a former employee of the V&A and head of sculpture there for a while, I am definitely going to tell all my colleagues in the sculpture section, but also the director of the museum and other colleagues there to definitely come and see it. And I will be sharing photographs and information about this very exciting project.
And so through the early stages of the project, people were very keen to see the frieze put back in the Harris. And I can't wait for visitors to see it and enjoy it.
I do enjoy what I do, and it's it's a privilege to see these things in the raw state, as it were, and then when they're put back together and looking good.
Yeah, it's amazing to come back to this incredible refurbishment of this jewel in the crown of Preston and see that the frieze has been preserved, and it's in fine feckle, it's in better order than it's ever been. It's beautiful.
It's just beautifully done. The attention to detail there, the craftsmanship is just fantastic, and that's what we like to support at the Pilgrim Trust, is to celebrate and conserve that craftsmanship.
The craftsmanship of this frieze is just wonderful, and it has been a real privilege to work on it.